Ever feel like your stomach is kind of, making decisions without you?
Interesting.
Turns out there might be some truth to that.
Oh, really?
We're diving deep into the fascinating world of the gut-brain connection today.
Okay, yeah.
Specifically, how the trillions of tiny organisms living in your gut, your microbiome, can impact something pretty significant.
hmm
Your mood.
It's a really complex relationship, this gut-brain axis.
Right.
It involves, intricate communication between your brain and your gut, with your gut microbiome acting as a key player.
So we're talking way more than just butterflies in your stomach.
Yeah.
We're going to unpack the science behind how these microbes can actually influence your feelings,
Hmm.
how researchers are exploring this connection, and most importantly,
Right.
what you can actually do to nurture a happier gut
hmm
and a happier you.
What's fascinating is that this two-way communication highway involves not just your nervous system,
Yeah.
but your endocrine and immune systems as well.
Okay, so let's break that down. We've got these major systems all playing a role.
hmm
Where do the gut microbes fit in?
Think of your gut microbiome as like a bustling community,
Okay.
constantly interacting with your body. These microbes produce a variety of substances, including neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine,
Right.
which are, crucial for regulating mood.
hmm
In fact, a surprising 95% of your body's serotonin is produced in your gut, not your brain.
Wow, 95%.
Yeah,
That's really making me rethink the phrase gut feeling.
right.
So it's not just about the microbes sending signals to the brain.
Yeah,
They're actually producing these mood-regulating chemicals right there in the gut.
precisely.
Wow.
And it goes even further.
Okay.
Gut bacteria can impact the availability of tryptophan,
Right.
an essential amino acid that serves as a building block for serotonin production.
So if my gut bacteria aren't happy, my serotonin production could take a hit,
Exactly.
and that could potentially impact my mood.
Exactly. It's like a delicate ecosystem
Right.
where the health and balance of your gut microbiome can have ripple effects
Yeah.
throughout your entire system, including your brain.
This is getting really interesting. Now, I know we often hear about the vagus nerve as a major player in this gut-brain communication. What's its role exactly?
The vagus nerve acts as like a direct line
Okay.
between your brain and your gut, allowing for a rapid signal exchange.
So my brain and my gut are literally wired together,
Yes.
constantly chatting it up through this vagus nerve highway.
And remember that second brain we mentioned earlier? The
Yeah.
enteric nervous system.
Uh-huh.
This complex network of neurons within your gut can actually operate independently from your brain,
Uh-huh.
controlling digestion and nutrient absorption.
Wait, so my gut can make decisions on its own.
In a way, yes.
No wonder it sometimes feels like it has a mind of its own.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
And this second brain is in constant communication with your actual brain,
Okay.
sending signals about, what's happening in your gut, influencing things like hunger, satiety,
Uh-huh.
and even mood.
So if my gut's second brain is stressed,
Right.
it can send signals that impact my mood.
Exactly.
That's wild.
It highlights just how interconnected our bodies truly are.
Right,
And
there's-
within this intricate web, the gut microbiome plays a starring role.
Okay, so we've established that these microbes are producing important neurotransmitters
Mm-hmm.
and influencing our second brain.
Yeah.
But how else are they impacting our mental state?
Well, they also produce what are called postbiotics,
Okay.
which are essentially byproducts of their metabolic processes.
Right.
One type, short-chain fatty acids, or SCFAs,
Hmm.
are getting a lot of attention for their potential brain-boosting benefits.
I've heard about those. They're like little brain-boosting snacks
Yes.
that our good gut bacteria make for us.
That's a great way to put it. Specific SCFAs, like butyrate, act as fuel for the cells lining your gut,
Okay.
promoting a healthy gut barrier.
Mm-hmm.
And propionate, another SCFA, can actually cross the blood-brain barrier
Wow.
and influence various brain functions, including reducing inflammation.
So these SCFAs are helping to keep our brains healthy and happy,
Yes,
all thanks to the hard work of our gut microbes.
exactly. By promoting a healthy gut environment,
Right.
they contribute to, overall well-being, including mental well-being.
Okay, this is all starting to paint a pretty clear picture for me.
Yeah.
The health of my gut, specifically the balance of my microbiome,
Right.
has a direct impact on on my mood and mental state.
That's a great takeaway. And the exciting part is that you have the power to influence the composition and activity of your microbiome.
And the biggest way we do that is through our diet, right?
Precisely.
We are, after all, what we eat.
The food choices you make every day
Yeah.
can either nourish your gut microbiome.
Right. Or disrupt its delicate balance. And as we've seen, those choices can have ripple effects
Yeah.
that extend far beyond your gut, impacting your mood,
Wow.
your energy levels,
Right.
and even your overall health.
This is really making me rethink my last takeout order. So what kinds of foods are we talking about specifically?
Yeah.
What can we eat to nurture our gut and in turn our minds?
Well, research suggests that a diet rich in a variety of plant-based foods
Okay.
is key. Think fruits, vegetables, whole grains, legumes. These foods provide the fiber that your beneficial gut bacteria thrive on.
So ditch the processed food and load up on the plants.
Yeah.
I got it.
Are there any specific types of foods that are particularly beneficial for our mood-boosting microbes?
There are certain foods that stand out for their prebiotic content,
Okay.
which act as a fertilizer for your good gut bacteria.
Like those foods that grandmas love, but can be a little, shall we say, gassy.
That's a good way to remember them.
Okay.
Asparagus, onions, garlic, and leeks are all great examples of prebiotic-rich foods. And while they might contribute to a bit of gas,
Right.
it's actually a sign that those beneficial bacteria are happily feasting and multiplying.
So a little gas is a small price to pay
Exactly.
for a happier gut and a brighter mood.
And along with these prebiotic powerhouses, don't forget about probiotic-rich foods,
Yeah.
which introduce beneficial bacteria directly into your gut.
Right.
Think yogurt with live and active cultures, kefir, sauerkraut, kimchi,
I love all of those.
all those fermented foods that are having a real moment right now.
But what about probiotic supplements? Are those just as effective?
While probiotic supplements can be helpful in certain situations,
Right.
research suggests that getting probiotics from food sources may be even more beneficial. The complex mix of nutrients and fibers found in whole foods seems to enhance the effectiveness of the probiotics they contain.
So it's always best to get our nutrients from food first, whenever possible.
Absolutely. Food is the original medicine,
Right.
and it provides a symphony of beneficial compounds that work together in ways we're still unraveling.
This is all making me think about my own diet
Yeah.
and how I can start incorporating more these gut-friendly foods. What are some simple swaps I can make to start nourishing my microbiome and boosting my mood?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
And one we'll delve into deeper as we continue our deep dive.
Okay.
But first, let's shift gears and explore another critical aspect of the gut-brain connection.
Okay.
The role of stress.
Okay. That's good.
We've been talking about, how powerful diet can be when it comes to shaping our gut microbiome.
Right.
And in turn, our mental well-being. But it's not the whole story.
Right. Because even if I'm like loading up on all the right foods, if I'm constantly stressed out, my gut's probably not going to be very happy.
Right. That's exactly right. Chronic stress can wreak havoc on your gut microbiome.
Oh, wow.
Disrupting its delicate balance and leading to a cascade of negative effects throughout your body.
So those butterflies in your stomach we talked about earlier,
Yeah.
that's not just like a fleeting feeling. It's a real physiological response happening in my gut because of stress.
Precisely. When you experience stress, your body releases hormones like cortisol,
Right.
which can directly impact your gut microbiome. It can lead to a decrease in beneficial bacteria and an increase in, harmful bacteria, throwing the whole ecosystem out of whack.
So stress isn't just affecting my mind.
Right.
It's actually changing the composition of my gut microbiome.
That's right. And this imbalance in the gut can, in turn,
Yeah.
trigger further stress responses in the body, creating a vicious cycle. It's like a feedback loop.
Oh, wow.
Where stress feeds gut imbalance,
Right.
which feeds more stress.
Okay, so I'm starting to see how this two-way communication between the gut and brain can really, work against us
Yeah.
when we're chronically stressed.
Right.
It's not just a one-way street where stress impacts our gut.
Exactly.
Our gut can actually send signals back to the brain that amplify feelings of stress and anxiety.
Exactly. It's a complex interplay,
Right.
and it highlights the importance of, finding healthy ways to manage stress. for the sake of both our mental and physical health.
So what can we do about it? I mean, it's not like we can just, eliminate stress from our lives completely.
Of course not. But there are many things we can do to mitigate its impact
Okay.
on our gut and our overall well-being. One of the most powerful tools is incorporating, stress-reducing practices into our daily routines.
Like meditation and yoga.
Exactly.
I've heard those can be beneficial for gut health, but I never really understood why.
There's growing evidence that practices like mindfulness meditation and yoga
Okay.
can have a positive impact on the gut microbiome. Research has shown that they can lead to an increase in beneficial bacteria and a decrease in those associated with inflammation.
So by calming our minds, we're actually helping to create a more balanced
Yeah.
and resilient gut microbiome.
Exactly. And these practices also help to regulate the body's stress response,
Okay.
reducing the release of those, harmful stress hormones that can disrupt our gut health.
It makes so much sense. It's like we're breaking that vicious cycle of stress by addressing it from both sides,
Exactly.
calming the mind and nurturing the gut.
Precisely. And along with these, mind-body practices,
Yeah.
things like exercise, spending time in nature,
Mm-hmm.
and engaging in activities we enjoy can all play a role in reducing stress and promoting a healthy gut microbiome.
It's a reminder that, taking care of our mental health isn't just about therapy or medication.
Mhm.
It's about adopting like a holistic lifestyle that supports both our mind and our body.
I couldn't agree more. And as research continues to, unravel the intricacies of the gut-brain connection,
Yeah.
we're discovering even more ways to influence this powerful axis for the better.
It's really fascinating how much we're learning about the power of this gut-brain connection.
Yeah, it
It
is.
seems like we've only scratched the surface
Right.
of what's possible in terms of, harnessing this knowledge to improve our mental well-being.
Absolutely. And one area that's particularly exciting is the emerging field of psychobiotics.
Psychobiotics.
Yeah.
That sounds like something straight out of like a science fiction movie.
It might sound futuristic, but it's based on, solid science.
Okay.
Psychobiotics are essentially a next generation type of probiotic
Right.
that are specifically targeted to improve mental health.
So instead of just taking a general probiotic supplement, we might one day be able to take like specific strains of bacteria
Yeah.
that are known to like boost serotonin or reduce anxiety.
That's the idea.
That's incredible.
Researchers are identifying specific strains of bacteria that have shown promising effects on mood, cognition,
Right.
and even behavior. It's like personalized medicine for the microbiome.
This is blowing my mind. It sounds like we're like on the cusp of a whole new era
Right.
of understanding how to care for our mental health.
It's a truly exciting time for this field of research. And while psychobiotics are still in their, early stages of development,
Right.
they hold immense potential
Yeah.
for personalized mental health care in the future.
So while we wait for these like futuristic psychobiotics to hit the shelves,
Yeah.
what can we do right now to start like taking control of our gut health
Right.
and in turn our mood?
The good news is that there's a lot we can do today to nurture our gut microbiome and support our mental well-being. It all comes down to making, conscious choices that support a healthy gut-brain connection.
Okay, so let's get practical. What are some concrete steps our listeners can take to start cultivating a happier gut and a calmer mind?
So we've covered a lot of ground in our deep dive into the gut-brain connection.
Yeah.
From the role of, specific microbes and neurotransmitters
Right.
to the impact of diet and stress.
Yeah.
And we've seen how this complex interplay can influence everything from, our mood and energy levels to our cognitive function and overall well-being.
It is pretty
It's
amazing.
a lot to take in, but I'm feeling a sense of empowerment,
Oh, good.
knowing that we actually have some control over this powerful axis.
Exactly.
So let's bring it all home. What are the key takeaways our listeners can start implementing today to nurture a happier gut and a calmer mind? Well, as we've discussed, diet plays a crucial role. It's all about, creating a gut environment that supports the growth of beneficial bacteria.
Great.
And that starts with crowding out those processed foods, sugary drinks, and artificial ingredients that can disrupt the balance of our microbiome.
So step one is to clean up the diet.
Yes,
But it's not just about what we eliminate, it's also about what we add in, right?
exactly. Think of your gut like a garden.
Okay. Yeah.
We need to provide the right nutrients to help those beneficial bacteria flourish.
Hmm.
And that means incorporating plenty of, fiber-rich plant-based foods.
Okay, so we're talking fruits, vegetables, legumes, whole grains, all those good things we know we should be eating anyway.
Precisely. And within that plant-based framework, there are some real superstars when it comes to gut health.
Like those prebiotic powerhouses we
Yeah.
talked about, the asparagus, onions, garlic, and leeks.
Yes.
A little gas might be a small price to pay for a happier gut.
Indeed. And don't forget about fermented foods.
Right.
Those probiotic-rich additions like yogurt, kefir, sauerkraut, and kimchi.
Yeah, I love those.
They introduce beneficial bacteria directly into your gut, further supporting a healthy balance.
So we're feeding those good gut bacteria with prebiotics and giving them a boost with probiotics.
Mm.
It's like a two-pronged approach to cultivating a thriving gut garden.
That's a great way to think about it. And beyond diet, we can't underestimate the importance of stress management.
Right.
Chronic stress can really throw our gut microbiome out of whack,
Yeah.
leading to a cascade of negative effects on both our physical and mental health.
So finding healthy ways to cope with stress is crucial.
It really is.
We talked about mindfulness meditation, yoga, spending time in nature. Are there any other strategies you recommend?
Exercise is a fantastic stress buster,
great.
and it also benefits your gut microbiome. Even moderate exercise, like brisk walking or cycling, can make a difference.
So that afternoon walk isn't just clearing my head.
Really?
It's helping my gut microbes thrive. I like that. Anything else?
Prioritizing sleep is essential. When we're sleep deprived, our bodies produce more cortisol, that stress hormone that can disrupt our gut microbiome.
Okay.
Aim for, 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep each night to give your gut a chance to rest and restore.
It's amazing how these simple lifestyle changes, what we eat, how we move, how we manage stress, even like how we sleep, can have such a profound impact on our gut health.
I know, it's pretty incredible.
And in turn, our mental well-being.
Absolutely.
This has been an incredible deep dive into the fascinating world of the gut-brain connection.
It has been.
We've learned so much about the power of our microbiome
Mm-hmm.
and how we can influence its balance to support our mood and overall well-being.
I hope so.
I think our listeners are going to feel really empowered.
I hope so too.
It's an area of research that's constantly evolving, and I'm excited to see what new discoveries emerge in the years to come.
Absolutely, me too.
And in the meantime, we can all start implementing these simple strategies to nurture our gut health
Yeah,
and, in turn, our mental well-being.
I agree.
So to our listeners, we encourage you to start paying attention to your gut feelings, literally.
Yeah.
What steps can you take today to nourish your microbiome and support your mood? It might be as simple as, swapping out that sugary snack for a piece of fruit,
Right.
or adding an extra serving of vegetables to your dinner plate.
Or maybe it's taking a few minutes each day to engage in a mindful breathing exercise.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Or a relaxing walk in nature.
Whatever you choose, know that you have the power to influence this incredible gut-brain connection and unlock a world of well-being. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
It's been a pleasure being here.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep diving deep.